Zidane Danny, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. It's time for another live stream, and of course, Indie World is out, or it's going to be coming out in a little bit, so we're going to watch that. And hopefully Jack will be joining us. He said he was going to be joining us. But at the same time, we all know that it's really freaking early for us. So, yeah. So sit back, grab your coffee, and we'll think about things that might be coming. I think it's worth saying that there's very little idea of what could be coming. Me and Jack were discussing it the other day about what we would like to see, and there's only really two things that we would like to see more from. First off is Wishbrook, which is not made by a big company, and then freaking whatchamajiggle. Haunted Chocolatier. Duh, I'm a little bit out of it, as you can see. We would like to see that, although we know that Haunted Chocolatier most likely is we're just gonna get information from him when he from Concerned Tape once he's ready to reveal it. But if he was gonna be publishing, sending it out to different companies, this would be the time to do it. Indie World would be a great time for him to actually reveal it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, yeah. I think it's worth noting, we will not, since I'm seeing this here, we will not be seeing Elliot. Well, the game itself may not necessarily be one of those big games. Since Square is so big, we're not going to be seeing it from them. But yeah, you know what? While I'm thinking about it, let's actually go to Nintendo America. And let's take a look at some of the things that... So... I don't know exactly who's making how, but I mean, it's technically a possibility. Same thing goes for Chilling by a Campfire. I don't think that either of those are going to be showing up because they just got their trailers in the recent thing. So, let's see here. Yeah, there's a few different things that could happen. One thing that we've been discussing a lot lately is the idea that most likely Nintendo is going to do more than the partner showcase, which, there we go, this is open, and Indie World. Most likely they are going to have a specific direct at some point soon. When exactly, we don't know. All I hope is that it's not next week. But, yeah. Oh. But, yep. It's open. So if you wanted to full screen it, now you can. But yeah, let's see here. There we go. So, let me think here. I think Silksong would make sense for us to see something from them. Because, and that's another thing that a lot of people are talking about. So I could see that happening. I think... I don't know. See, that's the like I said, that's kind of the problem with Indie World is that it really can only be small games, and the a lot of these games, like, while they are fantastic, and I'm glad that that they do this, um, to promote like the smaller creators. Um, at the same time, it's pretty small usually. Um, let me open up Nintendo in a yeah on the screen. All right, turn off the sound really quick. So that, okay, only I'm hearing this. Well, you're hearing it. Yes, sorry, but you're not double hearing it. So they don't have anything yet for in the feature, which is not which is kind of expected. But I'm like curious if like there was anything that might happen. Technically, No Man's Sky could be in it because they're a relatively small company. People like well, not necessarily. I don't think actually No Man's Sky. I think that they just had their update. I don't think they're going to do another thing with them. However, what they could do is they could reveal the next game that they're working on. Hello Games technically is an indie developer, so that's a possibility. I think that Deltarune could happen. Though I think Deltarune, I don't know the details with Deltarune. I know that it's out, a lot of it is out. I know that. So I don't think that they're going to do too much if they were to do anything with that. But, yeah. So, yeah. Those are my theories. Silksong, everyone's talking about Silksong. It's been going crazy. I want it to be there just so that people will shut the fuck up about it. Would I like to play Hollow Knight at some point? Absolutely, I would like to play Hollow Knight at some point. However, the vast amount of people who are just constantly bombarding every single one of these with the Silksong, I guarantee. Oh, it's not even showing the chat. Chat is disabled for this live stream. That's probably a good thing because, like, with Nintendo, with like the partner showcase as well as the Nintendo Direct itself, since those are big companies, they can handle a little bit of hating. They can handle it. But with Indie World, you don't necessarily know. Sometimes they're going to talk about these things, and they're going to rip on people, and you don't necessarily know how people are going to react. So, you know. So it's probably a good thing. However, I do think Silksong's going to be in it. I think that there is a good possibility that big indie games will actually be in here. Most likely, if Silksong is going to be in here, though, I'm going to say it now, it's going to be the last thing. There's no way in hell that they're going to be doing anything for Silksong unless it's going to be the last thing. So, I mean, technically, there is the possibility that there will be more than... it will be more than that for the last game. But because of how much hype there is around that game, it's going to be the last game. Either that or Haunted Chocolatier. One of those two is going to be the last one because those are two of the biggest indie games that there are. So yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping for Haunted Chocolatier, like I said. I think that he will most likely release it on PC before he releases it on the different consoles. I'm expecting it to be on GOG. I'm expecting it to be on Steam. I don't really expect it to be an Epic, just due to the fact that I don't think could be wrong about this, but I think he doesn't use Epic for yeah, for various reasons. But yeah, I think it will be on GOG. I think it will be on Steam. Um, Probably both of those probably right away. Um, and then for consoles, I think he might wait a little bit. Um, just due to the fact that that's usually how he functions when it comes to, especially how it's worked with Stardew Valley, which I don't expect to see anything from Stardew Valley, just due to the fact that all of his attention right now is devoted to Haunted Chocolatier, and he's already and the most recent thing he said is actually that Haunted Chocolatier is the biggest, is bigger than um, Stardew. So yeah, which to me that's saying that it's bigger than Stardew was when it first started. I like Stardew is big. Stardew is pretty big for a single developer. It's pretty big. Um, Granted though, like with thinking that when he first started, I don't believe. Yeah, the Ginger Island didn't exist. I don't think that the desert. I don't think the desert dungeon existed. The desert mines, whatever it is. I don't freaking remember. The Skull Cavern. That's what it is. I don't think that existed. When, like I said, when he released it. And part of me wouldn't be surprised if he's working with with like some of the modders. I would not be surprised if he actually got some help from them. Whether or not it's actually like developing, probably not. But he probably talked to a few of them. But yeah, I can see ConcernedApe doing that. I really want to play Witchbrook though. I hope that's out soon. I think that Witchbrook will be in here. I think it's going to be a relatively small section because we've already gotten the thing. And they post relatively regularly on Blue Sky. Let's actually double check that because I think... let's see here. Witchbrook. Yeah. So yeah, they posted about a month ago. A few things actually. I'm actually really looking forward to that. The thing is, like, I do try to be on there. I think that unfortunately, just due to the fact that certain people will post like a lot more than certain people, so like people like Square, they post so much. I think it basically overwhelms my feed when it comes to Twitter, to Blue Sky. Sorry. So I think honestly, I probably will. Right now, I'm currently following every single one of the Final Fantasy XIV versions, both the French, the Japanese, the Dutch, I should say, and the English. So, yeah. So I probably will stop doing that for Final Fantasy XIV because just due to the fact that there's too many. And then hopefully that will slow down some things and I can actually see some other things. Obviously, like other other developers also get to post a lot more. And I follow a few artists, so yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, hey! Welcome to the chaos. We're gonna be watching the, Indie World today, and then later on, we're gonna be doing a Tales of the Shire. We're playing more of that. That'll be at 8 o'clock to Pacific time. So yeah, welcome to the chaos. I'm doing good. It's early. It is the sun isn't even out. Let that be very clear. So dawn hasn't even broken yet. So yeah. But yeah. Is this the first stream you're watching, actually? I think... Like, obviously you've seen, like, a ton of the videos during the Miraculous time frame, and we were doing a lot more Miraculous videos. But I think this is the first stream you're catching. At least that you're in the chat for. I don't... You might have watched some stuff, but... And, just for the record, I am still watching Miraculous, so don't... There's just... It's so... Just every now and again that it's really freaking hard to know. I don't know. Doing videos about it is just not the easiest thing to do right now. So, Yeah, I'm calling it now. Jack's not gonna be showing up. Oh, he is definitely asleep. So I watched like the first 5 episodes. I want to say I haven't watched much. Let me make that very clear. I have not watched much when it comes to the new series. To be fair, I don't watch the anime anymore. I every now and again will like watch a few episodes of the new stuff. I haven't watched. I still haven't finished Alola. I still haven't finished Journeys, and I'm not 100% certain if I even want to watch the new stuff. The new stuff looks interesting. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's a lot. And especially, like, I find it insane that so much, with both Jesse and James's actors now passing away, it's just kind of watching the anime again is gonna be hard for a little while, I think. So, even though they hadn't been in it for the new stuff, it's still, yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I've been watching like pretty much a whole bunch of other series lately instead. Speaking of, do I have it? No, I do not have it open. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, it looks good. Don't get me wrong. But it's for a different generation. And I think there are going to be fans from like our generation, the first few generations of Pokemon, who are still going to watch the new stuff. I do not doubt that at all. But it's for a new one. Oh, there's Jack. Hello.
Howdy. Sorry, my alarm didn't go off.
Oh, good. I mean, you got here in time. We still have 10 minutes before the actual Indie World starts. I do think it's I already said this on to the stream, but I think it's interesting that their chat is disabled. Like I kind of get it, but obviously like with their other directs recently, they haven't had chat disabled, but for Indie World they do. So that's kind of telling that Indie World is going to like they don't want to dissuade the indie developers, I think is the big thing. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Your Bob's Burgers is loud.
It's the Great North.
Oh, it is? Okay. I thought it was Bob's Burgers. But I'm hearing the voices, and I'm yeah. Not the. They have a lot of overlap with the cast, don't they?
Actually, no.
They don't? Okay. Is it just like one character or what? Or one?
Actually, I don't think they're the same people at all.
Really? Okay. I thought that one of them was. Okay. Uh, 8 minutes. So, one thing I was, so, what do you think is going to be in this, in Indie World?
Well, hoping for Haunted Chocolatier.
That's, yeah. Please let Haunted Chocolatier be in here. I don't think it's going to be in here, though. I think, like, if he's going to do something, he's probably just going to announce it on his, like, Twitter. Please leave Twitter, or at least go to other places, concerned date, please. I know he is on Facebook, but yeah. But yeah, I would love
hoping for Witchbrook.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable to expect Witchbrook because it was in the most recent regular direct. But it is an indie developer, so I think that Witchbrook is reasonable. And that I'm assuming, is that it for you, or?
I think that's it for me that I can think of.
Okay.
And my sister is hoping for Slime Rancher 2, of course.
Yeah. I could see Slime Rancher happening. I don't know much about Slime Rancher. I know that it's a lot of people have enjoyed it, but I haven't seen it yet. I haven't sat down and actually played it. So, yeah. I was saying before that I could see a few things happening. The possibility is a small possibility that Hello Games' their new game could be in here. It's so minuscule. I do not expect it at all because while they are technically an indie developer, they also got so much stuff from PlayStation when No Man's Sky came out that yeah I would not expect them to be in here, even though it would be a fantastic game to see here, and they are technically an indie developer. I don't think it's going to be in here, but it would be fun if they did do that. Because that's going to be a fantasy. It's basically a fantasy No Man's Sky, which I'm down for. That looks fun. So I could see that. I could see. I think Silksong could be in it, but I think if they are going to put Silksong in here, it's probably going to be the last game because there's so much demand for it. So many people are just like, please give us Silksong. Please give us Silksong. and it's been in pretty much every people have been demanding for it in pretty much every different broadcast of late. It's been people have been demanding it for the PlayStation stuff. People have been demanding it for the Xbox thing. Not the Game Awards. What was it? Summer's Game Fest. All of the different things. They were like, please give it to us. The Nintendo Direct, obviously the partner showcase. I think people forgot about Indie World. But since that is an indie game, I think that that's a definite possibility that they'll be here. The big problem with, like, Indie World is that because of it's specifically indie games, is that most of these games are going to be games that nobody is expecting in the slightest. These are going to be games that that are completely new, and while there will probably be a few games that people are like really hyped for, it's like they kind of can't do much with those because then it will steal the thunder of all the new people. So yeah. So
Fair.
if they're so I think any like Witchbrook I think is a reasonable assumption just due to the fact that it's such it's a new game. There is a lot of people are looking at it and being like, ooh, that looks really fun, but it's since it's so new that they have a lot of reason to do that, and they haven't given us a release date yet, so like a specific one. We know it's winter this year, but beyond that we have no idea. So I think Witchbrook would make sense, and then when it comes to like the bigger ones, so specifically Silksong, Haunted Chocolatier, and anything from Hello Games, because those developers are so big, at most I could see two of them.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna see all three.
Probably not.
And possibly just one. Possibly just one. Because that and whatever is going to happen, it's going to be the last game. If it's going to be one for the big one. So I think Silksong is probably going to be the last one. I could see one of them being like the first game, but yeah. Also Deltarune. I think technically they could put Deltarune in here since that is more of that's coming out. But I don't know. 2 minutes. We managed to talk about that for 2 minutes. So there's 2 minutes left. Yeah. But you know. Alright. But yeah, I can't really think of too much, like I said. But yeah, any big games, not gonna happen. Just, no. It's gonna be like, like I said, there, like, any big indie games, it's gonna be a very, very small amount of them because they have to make sure that the bigger games, or the smaller games get a good amount of limelight. So yeah.
Fair enough.
But I don't know. So yeah.
1 minute.
Yay! But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think, and like, I could see. I can't really think of much that I could see happening.
I think part of the excitement is just having to wait and see.
Yeah. With but I think it's funny because like with the directs, with like partner showcases, and with the regular Nintendo Directs, and as well as like the other things as well. Like when it comes to like PlayStation, Xbox, PC stuff, um, various different things like that. You can usually kind of guess like some things, not necessarily all of it. Oh, and here we go. It's starting. But with this, you really can't. Oh, I didn't realize I was muted. There we go. Indie World. Oh, what's this? From the creators of Shovel Knight. Oh, I think this was in the previous Direct, actually. This looks cute. It's some mouse game. You play as a mouse. Do you have it open?
I do.
Okay, good. What? I feel like they did talk about this in the previous one, and I think it was all Nina and the Hollower, and that said
Hello, everyone.
end
and welcome
end of
to Indie World.
October.
I'm Ariko.
So that looks fun.
And I'm Tyler. We're back to showcase a batch of new indies coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems. Since the launch of Nintendo Switch, indie games have brought us fresh perspectives, unique styles, and taken us on unforgettable adventures.
The support of these independent developers means there's something to play for everyone. We can't wait to discover what new experiences talented indie developers around the world are bringing to both Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
And without further ado, let's dive into some titles for Nintendo Switch.
Top Hat Studio. Save the bird kind. Huh. Looks like an interesting platformer.
Interesting, yeah.
Well, Dweller. 2026.
Oi, eu sou o Pedro, artista e designer do Neverway.
Eu sou Isadora, programadora e escritora do jogo. Quando começamos a fazer o Neverway, nós nos inspiramos em vários elementos de jogos que a gente ama. E nisso tentamos criar algo único.
A gente também notou como que usar contraste deixa a experiência muito mais fortes. Uma cena de terror, por exemplo, é muito mais impactante logo depois de algo acolhedor.
Esperamos que isso torne o mundo de Neverway muito mais vivo para vocês. E que vocês gostem do que vamos mostrar hoje.
You ever want to quit your job, move to a farm, and become the
Oh no,
immortal
cozy
herald
game.
of a dead deity?
Sounds intriguing. Tell me more.
It sounded intriguing to Fiona too, who hopes to survive this unusual set of circumstances in Neverway, a nightmarish life sim RPG co-created by the pixel artist of Celeste, with an original soundtrack from the composer for Fez and Hyperlight Drifter.
Nightmarish?
Don't worry, these circumstances come with a sword that Fiona uses to explore and fight through the Neverway, an alternate reality leaking into her own.
That sounds intense.
Cozy horror games.
No, not at all.
So
Along the way, she'll meet a
insane.
variety of charming characters, each with their own unique routines and story to follow. Befriend, romance, or deceive them to unlock buffs and combat abilities to help you on your journey.
Okay, I might have to give this Immortal Herald thing a whirl.
Answer the call, persist through this deadly dimension, engage in fast-paced combat, and pay off your debt when Neverway descends onto Nintendo Switch next year.
Okay, that looks interesting. Oh, post-apocalypse game. Looks like it might be a cozy game as well. Yeah, This is probably going to be a lot of cozy games, actually, now I'm thinking about it.
Honestly, that's true.
So. But this looks interesting. I don't know if I'm...
Publisher of Firewatch comes Herdling, a new adventure from the creators of the acclaimed Far series. In this tale of beauty and companionship, guide a herd of mysterious creatures into the mountains and beyond.
The journey
I've
will
heard
be
of this.
challenging but
You have? Okay.
breathtaking as you traverse fog-wreathed forests, forgotten valleys, and snowy plateaus.
As you cross these diverse biomes, discover more of the fabled beasts known as Calicorns and add them to your herd.
You'll also encounter eerie dangers, formidable obstacles, and environmental puzzles as you climb higher and forge your way to the mystery at the summit.
Wield your staff to guide the Calicorns and join their exhilarating stampedes.
Embark on a tale of trust and survival when Herdling climbs onto Nintendo Switch August 21st.
Oh, that's
Pre-orders
that's
begin
gonna be out
later
soon.
today on Nintendo eShop.
So that's going to be out in like 2 weeks,
Window
give or take.
seat or aisle?
Oh, this
Window.
game.
Booth or table?
Booth. Lone Wolf or Life of the Party?
Ooh, now that's a tough one.
Well, those are the types of decisions you'll have to make. In
I thought this was
Desert
just going to
Company,
be like
where
you were
organize
organizing on the
groups of
bus.
people according to their preferences. You're in charge of who sits where.
Play seating matchmaker to please picky characters by dropping them into social situations and watching them react.
Discover each character's unique traits, from the relatable to the outlandish. Everyone has a seat at the table.
Piece together these satisfying puzzles at your own pace and unlock fun new scenarios like bus rides, banquets, limo rides, and more. Sit back, relax, and find the perfect spot for everyone in Is This Seat Taken? Launching on Nintendo Switch later today.
Okay, so that's almost so that's out
Favorite
today.
Big City
That's fun.
just got even bigger.
That's right. Little Kitty Big City is back with a free update, chock full of brand new opportunities.
I didn't know that was even a
mischief.
game, honestly.
Use the cat customizer to give your kitty a fresh new look, or even recreate your favorite fur ball.
Once you're looking meowvelous, head out into the city
Oh,
to
I might need to
explore
get
new
this.
areas, make new friends, and check in on some familiar faces.
Get your paws dirty as you learn skills from your puppy pal, or strut your stuff for the fanciest feline celebrity in the whole wide city.
With a catwalk like that, it's a good thing you can also unlock additional camera mode features to capture
What
it
the
all.
frell?
Say cheese!
That's not a cat pun.
You gotta be kidding me.
The Little Kitty Big City free picture perfect update launches on Nintendo Switch this year.
Little Kitty Big City. That's fun.
We hope you're looking forward to the Nintendo Switch games you just saw.
Next up, let's take a look at some indies bound for Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay, so they just did the Switch ones,
we're
now for the
back.
Switch 2 ones.
Back and under attack.
What?
So this is probably going to be the bigger section.
Put on a brave face, squad up with your friends, and hop into the Diving Bell as you try to go viral in the online co-op horror game. Content warning.
Grab your camera.
Yeah,
courage,
okay, content
and
warning was
first items
revealed a
for
little
some
while ago.
shenanigans down in the depths of the old world.
Film as
I think it's
many
already
happenings
on, like,
as
other
possible
systems.
before you run out of breath, batteries, or buddies.
As long as one of you makes it back to the surface, you can upload your footage to SpookTube, grab some popcorn, and watch the views roll in.
You've got 3 days to hit your view quota. More eyeballs equal more moolah. And the more ad revenue you can generate, the better gear you can acquire for your next run. What could possibly go wrong?
Fame and misfortune await in Content Warning, coming to Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch next year.
Okay, that makes sense.
Hi, I'm Kenny Sun, and today I'm excited to share Ball Pit. It's an action roguelite.
Why
that
does he
features
have an
elements
orange
inspired
on
by
his...
some of my
Or,
favorite
I think that's
games,
technically a
like Hold Down,
grapefruit, isn't
Vampire
it?
Survivors, and Loop Hero.
Why
I'm
is
working
there
with an
fruit on
amazing
his
team of
head?
artists who have brought the world to life with a beautiful low polypixel art style, as well as composer Amos Roddy, whose pulse-pounding soundtrack rocks you to the rhythm of the action. we can't wait to share with you all.
Time to have a ball in the brand new survival roguelite, Ball Pit.
In the ruins of old Balbalon, you'll battle through auto-scrolling levels with brick-breaking style attacks using a bevy of balls that bounce around the battlefield.
Okay, so it's like that phone game, but it's
There are over 60 randomized balls to equip
okay.
and find during your journey. Experiment with powerful and unexpected synergies to
But like
blast
way
your
more
way through the
complex. It looks
Collect
like.
resources
What
as
the
you progress
hell?
to build out new Balbalon with over 70 distinct buildings, earning you additional power-ups, bonuses, characters, and more.
Each region of the pit offers its own special set of hazards, on top of swarms of increasingly challenging foes and mighty screen-filling bosses. This pit is packed.
Fortunately, you'll meet other treasure hunters along the way who can add their individual skills and upgradable powers to your arsenal.
Experimentation and adaptation are crucial to the success of New Balbalon. So go out and create total chaos against the approaching hordes in Ball Pit, bouncing its way onto Nintendo Switch 2 this fall, and Nintendo Switch October 15th.
So it's gonna be coming a little bit later to the Switch 2 than the Switch. Ultimate Sheep. What? What the fuck is this?
What the hell?
I have no words. What the fuck? It's a racing game thing. Looks like. You know what this makes me feel? What it kind of reminds me of? Ultimate Sheep Raccoon is what this is called. But you know what it makes me think of?
What?
Happy Wheels.
Oh yeah.
音楽担当のヌーです。
はいです。
グレイシャドは私のホームである北海道の豊かな生態系や寒冷な気候からインスピレーションを受けて生まれました。
音楽ではその世界に共鳴すべく声も多用して情景を描きました。
自然にインスパイアされた、それでいて JRPG 的なスパイスの効いたアクションゲームです。遠い未来の海に住む会長の市場として彼らの視点で展開する物語を楽しんでください。
65 million years in the future, the Everwinter has encased Earth within a permanent layer of ice. But under the surface, a new chapter unfolds.
In Glaciered, you play as a Twide, an evolved avian species descended from dinosaurs, endowed with the abilities needed to protect the Everwinter oceans.
These stunning underwater worlds are full of mysteries that are waiting
Well,
to be
this
explored
game
and
is gonna be
defended.
great for
As
people
you
who
swim
have a
through
fear
these
of the
scenic
ocean.
vistas, you'll engage ferocious marine beasts in real-time combat, unleash melee and range attacks,
seriously.
along with special abilities. to
But
spell
yeah,
these
it looks
monsters.
interesting.
Use experience gained from these battles to build up your Twi's wings and various abilities to become the Everwinter's ultimate protector.
Get ready to soar the seas at the end of
I mean, it
time
looks
in
interesting, don't get me
Glaciered,
wrong.
launching
Glaciered.
as a timed console
Okay.
exclusive on the Nintendo Switch 2 system this holiday.
Ah.
Before we go, let's check out a few more exciting indie games heading to Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay, so it
and
says a few
Nintendo
more.
Switch.
So it's not the end yet. Winter Burrow. Oh yeah, I remember them talking about this last during the direct. That looked kind of interesting. Undusted. I don't remember that, but that's gonna be in October. Tiny Bookshop. Ooh, that looks cute. That's gonna be available today. Caves of Kut? Interesting. Strange Acquaintances. That looks fun. Prism. That's coming in fall. Go-Go Town. That's in spring next year. UFO 50? Later today. Okay. That looks just bizarre. Okay. And the big game, right?
That's all for today.
Okay, never mind.
We hope you enjoyed
Okay,
the
so we
games
didn't get
in today's
anything too
showcase.
big. I think the biggest thing
Thank you,
was
as always,
the
to our indie community and partners for bringing their craft,
the new thing from the
and
people
imaginations
who
to
designed
players
who made
on
Shadow
Nintendo
Knight. I
Switch
think that's the
2
biggest thing.
and Nintendo Switch.
But
Follow our official Indie
Yeah, it
World
looks-
account to stay up to date on the latest news from Indie World.
Until next time, happy gaming!
so yeah, that looked interesting to say the least. I think that a few of these games looked really fun.
I'm bummed they didn't have Witchbrook.
That's fair. I don't know. I'm also surprised they didn't have Silksong. Like, it feels like the developers of Silksong have to be fucking with people, because like so many people were like, "We need Silksong. Give us Silksong." Ah! It's just like, what the fuck? There's like nothing. I don't know. And I think that, like I said, I think that's an indie game. But yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
there's the new game from the Shadow Knight developers. I'm gonna mute this while we look at this. What is this called again? Nina something, I think. Let me make. They might have uploaded like some of these videos separate. Let's see here. Nina the Hollower. Yeah. That's I think that's the most exciting game, and it was the first game, and like everyone was but to be fair, since that is like such a big game, there was a good chance that there wasn't going to be another one at the end. They usually like to do something big at the end, but you know, they didn't. I guess they didn't decide against that. Okay, let's see here. So videos. Okay, so yeah, so Nina the Hollower. That looks really fun. Well Dweller looks interesting. It's just I don't think that's my cup of tea. That was the platformer.
Yeah, I didn't see many games that were my cup of tea.
Yeah. Which I mean, fair. Neverway looks interesting, but at the same time, it's like I'm not the biggest fan of horror, so I think that while that could be really interesting and really fun, I don't necessarily think that I'm gonna be jumping on that to play that. Herdlane looks interesting. A Little Kitty Big City. I know that's already out. It just is getting a DLC later. But yeah, that was pretty much the big things, and then those smaller ones right at the end there. Those looked interesting. Especially, I think the first one really was the one that looked the most interesting. I think that was the first one. Maybe it was the second one. Let's see. Oh yeah. So Winter Burrow is coming out in winter. That looks interesting. We saw a little bit of that during the previous direct. Undusted doesn't really appeal to me. But the thing that really looks interesting is Tiny Bookshop. That looks fun, and it's available later today.
That did look fun.
So, and it's such a small amount, but it looks like, yeah, you're going to be able to design a little bookshop. Maybe it will get bigger as you go along. I don't know. But yeah, I don't really think any of these... Oh, Strange Antiquities. That looked interesting. Like, it's so little about it, but it looks kind of interesting. But that'll be coming out in September. But yeah, it looks like you're going to be doing a lot of gathering different things. Opus, Prism Peak, I don't know. There's so little information about that. I don't really want to say anything yet. Go-Go Town just looks weird. And UFO 50 looks like a puzzle game type dealy bob, or kind of like a WarioWare actually. That's what that looks like to me. But yeah. But yeah, so like I said, I think of all of the games that were in there, I think I might get Mina. Sorry, I keep calling her Nina. Mina the Hollower. I think that I might check that out, especially since it is by the same people who made Shovel Knight. Like that's gonna be a while, I think, from what we saw. Let's see here. Does that? Oh no, that is at the end of October. So that'll be fun. And it's made, like I said, it's made by the same people who made Shovel Knight. So I think a lot of people are probably going to be like, yes, please, give me this game. I feel like, though, the fact that they put this at the beginning should have been our clue that was going to be the only big game. I was like, maybe they'll do like another big game at the end there. But, yeah. They're not going to do a Haunted Chocolate. They weren't going to do. They weren't going to do more than 2 at the most, and I kind of forgot that this was coming out. And there is a demo, so if you want to check that out, then now's the time to do that. Check out the demo, and then decide whether or not you want to play the game. And then, yeah, let's see. Yeah, it looks like they didn't release any trailers for... Oh, no, they did. They did do some... Okay. They did some bigger trailers for those smaller games. I think... I want to look at Winter Burrows really quick and Tiny Bookshop because they have, like, some more dedicated trailers. So, yeah.
The snow was swirling when the City Mouse arrived. We didn't think they'd make it far. But then something happened.
Yeah, so Winter Burrows is basically a cute little cozy game about a mouse where you play as a mouse
and filled the air with the
get all sorts of things.
Pies.
That one did look interesting.
Oh, it looks so cute. Okay, I think I'm gonna check this out once it comes out. That looks fun.
In the end, our doubt was put to shame. Not only did the little mouse save themselves, they saved all of us.
Yeah, Winter Burrow looks so fun. They did just release a more dedicated trailer. It's about a minute. So if you go to the Nintendo channel, you can actually see that. So that looks cool. And then the other one that really looked interesting. Well, there's 2 actually that look interesting. I'm gonna watch the first Tiny Bookshop and then Strange Antiquities as well, because Strange Antiquities also looked interesting.
Ever thought about leaving it all behind? Just quitting the city, getting away from the hustle and bustle, and instead moving to a quiet little town by the sea. Opening a tiny bookshop. Talking to people who actually want to talk.
Oh, that's
and just
interesting.
Do what you're good at.
So yeah, you can you get like a little trailer and then you decorate it and you start. It looks like you start off with like one bookshelf and then you get more as you go along.
Cool.
And then you
No drama.
can look around.
No spreadsheets. No noise. Just you, your books, friendly customers, and a town full of stories. Well, it's not just a dream anymore. Because Tiny Bookshop is out now on Nintendo Switch.
I might check that out. It's out today, so I'm not certain if I'll actually get a chance to play it today. But it looks fun. It looks like a cute little game, and I think I might, like I said, I might check that out. All right, and then let's watch Strange Antiquities.
When I accepted an apprenticeship at Strange Antiquities, I thought it would be easy.
You get to pet the cat. Nice.
I was wrong. She doesn't look well. But what does she need? The items we stock are of an occult nature. Some are powerful, some are dangerous. Is this an Evocant? It's on me to get this right. It has a stone of the earth. Well, that doesn't tell me much. Maybe the answer lies beyond these walls. Or perhaps it's hiding in some secret corner of the shop. Aha! This must be it. So then why do I have this sense of rising dread? Oh no.
Ooh, this looks really cool. Basically, it's about selling, strange antiquities. And yeah. And that's pretty much it. But it's like, you have to make sure that you're not being dumb. You have to research things to make sure that the thing that that the customer wants is actually the thing that they need, and blah 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 blah. Because you sell cursed objects and objects to help with curses. So that looks interesting, and it looks kind of creepy. I kind of want to check it out. Reminds me of Potion Craft, which is also like a really fun shop game. So yeah, I might need to check this out. When does this come out again? September 17th. So yeah, that looks fun. I don't think there was anything else that really struck me. Wasn't there something after UFO World, though? Go Town. Let me speed this up a bit. Okay, you know, that was it. Okay, so yeah, so that's all of the games. So the full list of the games: Mina the Hollower, Well Dweller, Neverway, Herdling, Is This Seat Taken, Little Kitty Big City, but specifically the DLC because the regular game is out, Content Warning, Ball Pit, Ultimate Sheep Raccoon, Glaciered, Winter Burrows, Undusted, Tiny Bookshop, Caves of Quud, Strange Antiquities, Opus Prism Peak, and UFO 50. I might check out some of those other trailers later, a little bit later on my own. But if you guys want, I would recommend, if any of those games looked really interesting to you, all of the trailers are out from the indie showcase from Indie World. So if a specific game really struck you, maybe check that out. And like I said, some of these games are going to be are out today, so we might. I don't think I'm going to be checking them out during the other stream today. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I guess that's probably a good spot for us to end for today. Like I said, later today, 8 o'clock, we will be starting the we're going to be playing some more Tales of the Shire on stream. So definitely check that out if you're interested. And yeah, I've been Jack. I've been Electric Ninja. He's been Jack, and we'll see you guys next time. But on.